So I was live tweeting or live posting the BET Awards, and I said, it's hard for kids to understand, but Kirk Franklin was a revolutionary artist in the 90s, building gospel and hip hop. His impact was amazing back then. Yeah, it was. Now, so the first time I came across Kirk Franklin was in '93. It was the reason why I sing. And it was odd because it was a gospel song that was played on WZAK in Cleveland, and that's our R&B station. And again, they usually had like Sunday mornings they play gospel music, but this song was being played during the day, during the week, and it's like, and you just felt something when you heard that song. And again, at first you felt like Kurt was the singer, but then you realize later it's like, oh, Kurt doesn't even sing. Even he said in his acceptance speech at the BET Awards, it's like, I don't sing. But man, that dude is super talented. And then we zoom ahead and we get to Stomp. Stomp is one of the greatest 90 tracks ever. And it's great because it hit on gospel, it hit on R&B, and it hit on pop. And it featured Salt from Salt-N-Pepa. And then most likely that was probably Salt's last hit as well. Because by that time we have gotten to like Little Kim and Foxy Brown and Missy Elliott's and Lauryn Hill. So it was the hip hop had moved away from Salt-N-Pepa. But Salt was on that track, and Salt was there at the BET Awards performing Stomp. And Stomp is like the greatest song ever. Because man, I'm telling you, you could go to black clubs and you'll be dancing to like Missy Elliott's Sock It To Me, and then you hear, for those who think gospel music has gone too far. And people say, GP, are you with me? And then I would hang out with my white friends and we go to some pop bar, some white bar. You hear Return to Mac by Mark Morrison. And then it's like, Return on the Mac. And then you hear, for those who think gospel music, I was like, oh my God. Y'all playing this too? Stomp is so good. I was thinking, like, has there been a bigger gospel song like Stomp over the last 30 years? And that's no. But songs like Mary Mary Shackles it became a hit because of Stomp. The Yolanda Adams song, Open My Heart, produced by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Beautiful song. That door was open because of Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin opened a lot of doors. Ty Tribbett, yeah, there was so many after Kirk. There was so many people that was fusing hip hop and gospel. Is amazing. But again, the reason why I sing the first time we were introduced to Kirk, it's a straight up gospel song. It didn't have anything hip hop oriented. It's just a beautiful song. And I started thinking about like my favorite Kirk Franklin songs. It's like the Stomp, reason why I sing, Love Theory, and Revolution. Do you want a revolution? Whoop, whoop. This guy's so good. I hate to bring up this name because people don't feel good about this guy now. But if you're from the 90s, you know exactly what I'm saying. Kirk Franklin was basically the Sean Puffy Combs of gospel music. He was the conductor, man. Like he had that bad boy energy that they had with Combs, man, and it was infused in gospel music. And Kirk has never swayed away from gospel music because he could have very easily just ended up doing a hybrid of R&B and hip hop, but he stayed true to gospel music. And like someone just said, like there's not too many people who can go through many generations that can appeal to young folks like Kirk Franklin. Like when he was up there with for the Ultimate Icon Award with Mariah Carey and Snoop Dogg. It's great because, Mariah came out in 1990 with Vision of Love, still one of the greatest songs ever of the 90s. Snoop came out with Dre and Deep Cover, still my favorite collaboration between Snoop and Dre, next to probably still Dre. And Snoop came out, like 90, 91. And then there's Kirk that came out in 93. And even with Mariah, like I love Mariah, but she doesn't hit the charts like she used to. Snoop is great, but he doesn't hit the charts like he used to. And here's Kirk. Gospel's like one of those few genres, man, where you could have came out 30 years ago and you can still have a hit. Gospel and maybe house music. The other genres, they just kind of, even country kind of turns their back on people. R&B does it all the time. Pop music does it all the time. So shout out to Kirk Franklin, to being an icon that he is. I was concerned when he made his acceptance speech for the Ultimate Icon because he felt like it looked like he was conflicted about something. But his wife was smiling. His lovely wife Tammy. They've been married since '96. Tammy does not age, man. She was lovely in 1996 and she's still lovely in 1995. But she was smiling and happy. And I was like, okay, the one thing I've always appreciated about Kirk is that he didn't put himself on this religious pedestal like he's perfect. And even though people say like, well, I'm not a perfect person, I'm not a perfect man, he actually tells you his imperfections. Like, you know that Kirk Franklin had a porn addiction. You know that Kirk Franklin thought one man was his father, and the man died. And then years later, he learned that another man was really his father, and that his mom lied to them, lied to Kirk, and that he has this strained relationship with his mom. Like, not too many people would be that open and honest about their flaws and about their life. So he is one of our greatest artists ever, not just in gospel. Kirk Franklin is just an amazing producer, an amazing writer, an amazing performer. Like, even when you watched him perform at the BET Awards, and it was a long night, because that might be the longest BET Awards ever, the 2025 BET Awards. He had so much energy, man. Like I said, when I watched the acceptance speech, I was like, man, he's going to have to perform. Is he okay? And then there's a switch that comes on. And he had just as much energy now than he had 30 years ago. All the performers all the young people that he performed with, they're probably like 20-something years old. And there's Kirk. I don't know how old Kirk is, but he's clearly not a young guy anymore. But man, that dude got so much energy. Kevin Hart made a joke. And he's talking about how Kirk Franklin was probably lifting Bibles to get all jacked. Kirk Franklin, man, you need a workout plan, man. You need to help us. You need to help us gospel-loving Gen Xers, man. Give us that workout plan, bro, because whatever you're doing, man, is working. So let me ask you this. First of all, what do you think of the 2025 BET Awards? And second, what is your favorite Kirk Franklin song? For those who think gospel music has gone too far, GP, are you with me? Shout out to Kirk Franklin.